Well, I had to slide this bracket over from here to here in order to, get enough distance between here and here for the license plate to bolt on. And I went to move this bracket and the bolt twisted off. So now I got to go get a bolt for this. So in the meantime, it's time to install the headlight buckets. Headlight buckets are pretty straightforward on this thing. There's just a few holes, for screws, and they just go right on. They only fit in one way. There's a little slot right here on the top that the bezel hangs on. So it just fits right in there like that. The appropriate holes line up. And we just get some screws and a screw gun and we put them in there. Just like that. One headlight bucket installed. Time for the other one. There we go. Now time to install some headlights. Let's plug it in just in case we decide to use the wiring. I don't even know if this headlight works. I found this in one of the Willys and it's sitting there, so stick it in there like that. Line up. Alright, let's go get the headlight ring. And it's got 3 more screw holes. And we have 1 bezel. Now I need screws to go in here. And then I need to find me another headlight bezel. That's all there is to it. And a couple of blinker lenses. Now one thing I do have is this right here. Little bezels for this. Well, I got to come up with some screws for those, screws for these, and then we're looking pretty good. Well, this here is what it's going to look like going on the wall. I think I'm liking that. Alright, it's time to wrap this project up. I've got one bracket here and I've got another bracket here that I have to hook up for the license plate. So I've got to get it all figured out here in the right spot. So I'm going to move this over until it's just about in the right spot there. Looks pretty accurate. And we'll put the little bracket on the back here that holds this in place. Had to buy a new bolt because when I went to loosen this one up, it just twisted right off. And that's the way it seems to work. These old rusty things, bolts like to twist off. I'm only going to put this on finger tight because I still want to be able to move it a little bit to, get an adjustment. I can tighten it down after the fact. So now here's the license plate I got. Gonna like this. It's an old Washington State truck license plate. Now I thought about putting a license plate frame around it, but I don't ever remember the old trucks having license plate frames. I just remember them having a license plate. That's a relatively new thing, and I want this to look like it's old. And it certainly is looking old. Okay, I got that. I can take this and my wrench. It's up here. Might as well use an old wrench. And there we go. I think this bad boy's about ready to hang. Okay, here's what I did. I made 2 different pieces of unistrut. I had a couple scraps. They're different lengths, and that's intentional. These are going to mount through the wall. I made them extra long on purpose. I'm going to mount them up high, and I'm going to stick them all the way through like that. But I need washers, another nut, and I made sure this end would get a nut real easy because once I got it stuck through the wall and propped up there, I'm not going to want to fight with it to get a nut on there. All right, and then I do it again over here, and then I can cut this off right down here and take it out there and poke these pieces of unistrut through pre-drilled holes and put washers and brackets and stuff on the back to hold it. And it won't be going anywhere.